Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another Married with Children episode review. Now, back in the late 80s and early 90s, if you were just casually flipping through the channel, there was a high probability that you would come across a game show on one of these channels where contestants would compete in a wide variety of challenges for some pretty awesome prizes. Now, what happens when the Bundys end up on a game show? Well, we're definitely going to find out as I take a look back at episode 20 from season 2 called Just Married with Children. Now, there's two things that are going to set up this episode. Number one, the Bundys have recently been getting their neighbor's mail, and on this day, well, they got Steve and Marcy's mail, in which they found an application to a game show called How Do I Love Thee? And number two, the Bundys' washer and dryer have been broken for over 2 weeks, and instead of going out and getting a new one, well, Peg has been able to con Marcy into doing their laundry. Now, Steve is going to be fed up with Marcy taking all her time and doing the Bundys' laundry instead of his, and that's when he's going to put his foot down and say no more. So, with no other options, Peg and Al are going to fill out that application as Steve and Marcy to go on that game show. Now, first up, we're going to meet newlywed couple Roland and Mona Squab, who by definition meet the very stereotype of what most people think of when it comes to newlywed couples. And of course, their challengers are going to be announced as the Darcys, who will be Al and Peg impersonating them. Now, when it comes to your typical game show, it's more about a mental challenge than a physical one. But of course, this is Married with Children, so throw everything you know about your ordinary game show out the window, because here, these contestants are going to have to do everything from spinning their wife around on a wheel to seeing how much weight their husbands can handle, and of course, who can survive the killer bee booth. Now, while Al and Peg essentially wipe the floor against this newlywed couple and won some pretty nice prizes like a toaster, a watch, a bowling ball, and yes, even a washer and dryer, the host, Bink Winkleman, is going to give them an option. They could take all these prizes and go home, or they can wager them all for a brand new car. And guess what? Peg is going to choose. Now, of course, Peg is going to have no issue sending Al back into the torture chamber for a chance at the super grand prize. But there's just one catch. They're going to have to go up against an old married couple and defeat them in order to do so. And this old married couple, of course, is going to be Steve and Marcy, who are going to be now impersonating Al and Peg. Now, when it comes to the final showdown, it's going to be a competition of which husband can take the most pain while strapped down into an electric chair. And while Steve is going to be insisting that Marcy needs to go as far as possible to make sure the Bundys don't win, when it comes down to the end, well, it's going to be the Bundys who prove that they can definitely take the most pain out of these two couples. Now, here's a fun fact I learned about the Squabs while I was researching this episode. The part of Roland is played by Jeff Pearson, who many might know from the TV show Dexter. And as far as the wife, Mona, played by Catherine Rusoff, well, she's actually the real-life wife of none other than Ed O'Neill. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the episode Just Married with Children a 10 out of 10. Not only is this episode just such a well-written one, but there's plenty of laugh-out-loud moments to be had. No matter how many times I've seen this episode in the past, the hijinks that ensue here in this episode, I really can't get enough of. Now, what are your thoughts on the episode Just Married with Children? And what episodes of Married with Children would you like to see me review here in the channel? In case you've missed any of my reviews, I put a playlist down below, and I do drop a new one of these episodes every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So guys, if you like Married with Children episode reviews, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.